Of the earth will be as dead as the moon.
That's ridiculous. Our study showed even the worst fallout is down to a safe level after 2 weeks.
You've obviously never heard of cobalt thorium G.
Well, what about it?
Cobalt thorium G has a radioactive half-life of 93 years. If you take, say, 50 H-bombs in 100 megaton range and jacket them with cobalt thorium G, when they are exploded, they will produce a doomsday shroud, an evil cloud of radioactivity which will encircle the Earth for 93 years.
Well, that can't be bull. I mean, after all.
Afraid I don't understand something, Alexei. Is the Premier threatening to explode this if our planes carry out their attack?
No, sir. It is not a thing a sane man would do. The doomsday machine is designed to trigger itself automatically.
But surely you can disarm it somehow?
No, it is designed to explode if any attempt is ever made to untrigger it.
Automatically?
It's an obvious common trick, Mr. President. We're wasting valuable time. Look at me, boy. I'm getting ready to clowers.
But this is absolute madness, Ambassador. Why should you build such a thing?
There were those of us who fought against it, but in the end we could not keep up with the expense involved in the arms race, the space race, and the peace race. And at the same time, our people grumbled for more nylons and washing machines. Our doomsday scheme cost us just a small fraction of what we were spending on defense in a single year. But the deciding factor was when we learned that your country was working along similar lines, and we were afraid of a doomsday gap.
This is preposterous. I've never approved of anything like that.
Our source was the New York Times.
Dr. Strangelove, do we have anything like that in the works?
A moment, please, Mr. President. Under the authority granted me as Director of Weapons Research and Development, I commissioned last year a study of this project by the Blunt Corporation. Based on the findings of the report, my conclusion was that this idea was not a practical deterrent for reasons which at this moment must be all too obvious.
Then you mean it is possible for them to have built such a thing?
Mr. President, the technology required is easily within the means of even the smallest nuclear power. It requires only the will to do so.
But how is it possible for this thing to be triggered automatically and at the same time impossible to untrigger?
Mr. President, it is not only possible, it is essential. That is the whole idea of this machine, you know. Deterrence is the art of producing in the mind of the enemy the fear to attack. And so, because of the automated and irrevocable decision-making process which rules out human meddling, the doomsday machine is terrifying, it's simple to understand, and completely credible and convincing.
Gee, I wish we had one of them doomsday machines things.
But this is fantastic, Strangelove. How can it be triggered automatically?
Well, it's remarkably simple to do that. When you merely wish to bury bombs, there's no limit to the size. After that, they are connected to a gigantic complex of computers. Now then, a specific and clearly defined set of circumstances under which the bombs are to be exploded is programmed into a tape memory bank. A single roll of chip can store all the information.
What kind of name is that? That ain't no crowd name, is it?
In 25
He changed it when he became a citizen. It used to be perfectly, but... A crowd by name, wasn't it?
Is that the whole point of the doomsday machine is lost. If you keep it a secret, why didn't you tell the world, eh?
So, we have the Doomsday Machine, which has been made facile by the Cylon's favourite torture beast, Elon Musk, thanks to the garbage Teslas. You simply go to a scrapyard, you purchase a little bit over 2,000 old Tesla batteries, which of course is going to cost you a lot of money. I think not. in cash. You ship them off to some god-forsaken shithole, say in Chicago, which is one giant shithole. You simply then get one of these suitcase nukes, 100 of which were sold on the black market during Catastroika, which we explained before. Stick it in a lead coffin. You've got to ship it in a lead coffin so it can't be detected in the first place. Little wire through the bottom of the coffin so no drone or plane can detect it from above. Bury it under the concrete, run the wire to some little antenna that can pick up a mobile phone signal, because you've got within the coffin the receiver to detonate the suitcase nuke, which is just a very simple device. Normally a rod fired into a cup, the rod cup device, and the suitcase nuke sitting under the concrete in some shithole warehouse in Chicago has 2,000 plus old Tesla batteries, all defunct, which even the Negroes won't steal. When of course you're attacked, you simply detonate it. This then releases 100 tons of cobalt-60 into the atmosphere. Now, this is the doomsday weapon. Do you think the Iranian Revolutionary Guard could do that? Do you think they could purchase on the black market a suitcase nuke? When there's 100 going, when they've got lots of money. I think so, cameraman, don't you?
Yes.
Do you think that they could, over the past many decades, since these Tesla deathmobiles, and Tim Riefat described how to do this on his rent show, and he's been on the rent show since '97, how to go into scrap yards and buy old Tesla batteries for cash, one at a time. Do you think that could happen, cameraman?
Very possible.
Do you think they could then purchase some sort of lockup in one of the American shitholes and start storing these batteries in that shithole? What do you think, cameraman?
Well, I think they can.
Do you think they could have buried the suitcase nuke with the activator and the antenna ready to go, non-detectable, under the storage facility where they dump these old Tesla batteries, cameraman?
No problem whatsoever.
No problem whatsoever. Do you think they could then get a mobile phone to activate it?
Very easy.
Oh dear, I think Trump has got a problem, thanks to his bromance with Elon Musk. Elon promised the Rothschilds I'd be fried from space by his satellites, and he's been launching thousands over the train. Do you think the Cylord's in the mood to give Elon and the Americans a dose of cobalt-60? What do you think, cameraman?
I think you're right.
Do you think he would then engineer events so they're in a situation where the Iranians will want to detonate this weapon?
Yes.
I think the Americans got a problem, cameraman.
I think they've got a big problem.
So, all of you Brits and Europeans are going to get a full frontal lobotomy. Why? Because when the Iranians detonate their cobalt-60 weapon or weapons, as my cameraman has pointed out very sagaciously, they'll have more than one because they don't want one, because if it's discovered, they don't have their doomsday weapon. So it's better to have many, because you need 2,000 plus batteries, so why not have them spread out? And if the FBI, Department of Homeland Security, find one, which is very doubtful, but they might do, via any Iranian or Iranian shell company owning storage facilities that have been there for some time, which the FBI and Department of Homeland Security are desperately going all across America, searching as we speak. You want many of them, which means it all depends, do they have enough suitcase nukes? Well, luckily, the Russians lost or sold off 100 suitcase nukes. So, yes, there's the potential there. And can the FBI and Department of Homeland Security search every single rented lockup looking for Tesla batteries across all of the United States? What do you think, cameraman?
It's a massive job.
It's a massive job, and we know the Americans are not up to the job. Look at their Afghanistan withdrawal, what happened in Libya, or what happened in Iraq. So, I wouldn't bet on the Americans. Now, why, Tim, have you gone on full frontal lobotomies? That's where the whole front of your brain is destroyed. By sticking needles through the eyes.
In the midline, 13 centimeters from the glabella. These points are joined by a line leading over the vertex, following as accurately as possible the coronal suture. The midline is similarly indicated. The periosteum is scraped off and marking to give greater play for the knife. The dura is opened and the cortex is punctured in an avascular area, following which the leucotome and the nasal septum periosteal elevator are introduced.
Right, so this is destroying the prefrontal lobes of the brain, which is going to happen to you English people and Irish people and you European people and any of you American people that don't get the 1 gram per square mile. Why? Because when you inhale cobalt 60, where does it go? It goes up your nose. Where does it lodge? Well, it lodges in your sinuses. What does it produce? Well, it produces gamma rays. What do these gamma rays do to any tissue around them? They necrotize it, kill it. And what part of the brain is near your sinuses? Here are your sinuses, as you can see, where they are, in your cheeks, and up the top, there. That's where the cobalt 60 lodges. So let's give you a little look. There we are. There are your sinuses. And as you can see, once the cobalt 60, which you inhale, goes into your sinuses, it's going to be irradiating gamma radiation to kill what part of your brain? Well, the red ones are right in front of your prefrontal lobes. So that gives you a prefrontal lobotomy. And of course, 1 gram per square mile kills you, but what about 1,000th of a gram? What about 10,000th of a gram per square mile from these Tesla death machines? It irradiates the brain, and the 1,000th of a gram will fry your brain. What about the 10,000th of a gram? Well, that will fry the frontal parts of your brain, giving you a prefrontal lobotomy. So all of you who don't get the 1 gram per square mile will be getting either your entire brain killed off or a prefrontal lobotomy with, say, 10,000th of a gram per square mile. So as you can see, one battery is going to cause so much damage, and it's better if you space it around so that you give lower levels of radiation to the Americans and Westerners, because of course their brains will be fried. And what will they turn into once their brains are fried?
Hey, you got it.
Coming to a town near you once the Cobalt 60 is released. So as you can see, when I talked about Omega helizing the Scapegoats in the West, you didn't believe me. Now you do. And of course, this 500 tons, forget the 500 tons, because of course we want lower doses. We don't want 1 gram per square mile. We want 10,000th of a gram per square mile to turn all you Americans and Westerners into these things as your brain gets fried by the gamma rays in your sinuses. And we turn the entire Western population into zombies. And as you can imagine, all of you scapegoats are in a state of hell before you die. The cause of death is the Psylord, and via Kozarev time density, your entire life's been stolen by me to make me the source of vampire, and you're all in the state of hellization before you die, killing your loved ones, so you're ready for reception by Lucifer in Omega Hell. Vampires enjoy, Americans and Europeans not enjoy. So if I was Department of Homeland Security and the FBI, I would be going mad searching all of America for any old Tesla batteries. So, there's talk that 500 tons of Cobalt 60 will wipe out the human race, but we don't want that. We want to turn the Americans into zombies, and the winds from America blow into the filth that is Western Europe, the neo-Stalinist scumbags of the EU and Britain, who I despise. So we don't want 1 gram per square mile, we want 1,000th of a gram. So instead of 500, we want half a ton. And thanks to Elon Musk, the Silo's favourite torture toy, we've got, say, 10 or 12 old scrap batteries that will do the job to produce half a ton. Each one, say, 45 kilos. Cobalt, 10 of them 450, let's go for 12. 12 scrap Tesla batteries from the old models, and a suitcase nuke will produce 1,000th of a gram, which will turn the Americans into zombies, which is much better. We want zombification of America, because it's a nasty way to die. And then, of course, a few more detonated to get the winds to blow it the way of Ireland, UK, France and Germany. Or, better still, Iranians, have one in the UK, please, or Ireland. Remember, they're going to bomb you from Diego Garcia. Now, how difficult is it to buy, say, 12 old Tesla batteries and have your suitcase nuke? I think it's child's play. So I think the end of America is nigh. One of my favourites, Colonel Douglas MacGregor, will the US attack Iran for Israel? Ambassador Charles Freeman, retired, will Russia and China defend Iran? And then we've got Taiwan. China sends 71 jets, 21 warships to simulate precision. So, as you can see, the problem isn't just Iran, but the Russians, North Koreans and Chinese similarly have the ability of having suitcase nukes. And once the Iran war kicks off, even if the Iranians don't do it, their other enemies can do it and blame it on the Iranians. So the Americans have got a big problem. So if you're Americans, as I say, welcome zombie land and welcome that you will be killing your loved ones as your brain gets fried and you turn into zombies. That's why Department of Homeland Security have run simulations of fighting zombies. You can look it up on the internet, and this is a clear and present danger for the American filth. And why did they, Department of Homeland Security, simulate attack by zombies all over America? Why? Because of Tim Reefat and the Red Shirt. So if you think that Tim Reefat hasn't scapegoated all of Jeremiah Schwartz and his ilk, well, I think now you're convinced he has. Now, you know the aliens have invaded the planet, they're here, and the Rothschild filth with the alien walk-ins have sold out the human race to the aliens. But there's a problem for the aliens, the Sidle Tim Reefat. As I say, the Sidle Tim Reefat is super racist, and you can imagine if he doesn't like most of humanity, you can imagine his feelings on aliens. In Tim Reefat's world, the only good alien is a dead alien. I hate aliens. I don't care if you come in peace. I don't come in peace. I'm going to kill you. Killer.
What does your neighbour do? He's a doctor or something. I dare you to jump in the pool. Don't worry, there's no one here.
ever seen anything like this before.
What kind of doctor did you say he is?
It's okay. Come closer. I won't hurt you.
Yeah, we can't be locked in here. Something is seriously wrong. It's coming for us. It sounded like it was communicating. Guys? Guys?
So, quantum AI has just discovered a strange signal that shows there's an alien race on Proxima Centauri or in the system.
To reach the closest exoplanet to us, Proxima Centauri b, which happens to be located 4.2 light years away.
And the American filth made a deal with the aliens to sell out the human race, and hence the installation of nanotech and bioweapons in the human race by various means, and the dimming of the sun via chemtrails for their alien masters in return for the few getting a life extension. Because if you're a billionaire, what do you worry about? Death. And yours truly being there to pull your consciousness, soul, spirit away to my torture facility, thanks to my employee, Lucifer. Remember, they're all Satanists, so they're well aware of where they're going, so they're terrified of death. So, the Rothschilds, who are walk-ins, have made a deal with the aliens to kill off the human race so the aliens can invade. But remember, the aliens are artificial bioids which interdimensional walk-ins live in, like they do in the Rothschild bloodline. So here we've got the reptiloids, go through these videos, that are vehicles for the walk-ins. And David Icke's accusing the royal family of being reptiloids. And of course, they can shape change, which for aliens doesn't seem a big deal if you watch any of the Marvel shit with the scrolls. Then we've got the insectiles. There are another of these artificially made bodies for the dark energy matter vermin. And of course the greys, not greys anatomically, but these greys, which are another artificial body for the interdimensional walk-ins. And of course the Rothschilds, that are the bloodline artificially created humans for the walk-ins who rule the West. So I live in Vietnam, where the Rothschild Empire was kicked out forcibly by the humans, the Vietnamese. You must wonder why I live in Vietnam.
Oh, sir, can you tell us what went on at the Bilderberg meeting this year?
Sorry?
Can you tell us what went on at the Bilderberg meeting this year?
I didn't go there, actually, no.
The Bilderberg? You weren't there?
No.
Not this year. What went on last year?
No, I wasn't there last year.
You weren't there last year?
I think that was my cousin.
Your cousin was there?
Yeah.
So that's the body for the walk-ins. That looks human. And as you can see, with the reptiloids, they can shape change, so we don't even know if the royal family or Rothschilds are genetically engineered humans which the interdimensionals can live in, or in fact are reptiloids that can shape change. And if you don't believe in shape changing, so in Carlos Castaneda, The Fire from Within, you'll have a chapter on the shift below turning into an animal. And simply, if you're a reptiloid, an animal, you can simply shift your establish point upwards to become a human. So if you don't understand shape shifting, find the chapter in Carlos Castaneda, The Fire from Within, or you can listen to the book here to explain how it's just a movement of the assemblage point, which is simply shifting the Higgs field to another part of the information to make it manifest. So you can see the aliens now are in meltdown because they conquered the planet, they stuck all of their Borgization in the humans, they had their 5D processor to make their matrix real with Taylor. I'm having Shannon Preston with my phaser. Poster boy, gold digger. Swift has become erased, hence erasing that plan. And of course, thanks to Sunak and Obama, as soon as they go back to the UK, arrested and off to their facility to act as the 5D processor to bring the Higgs field reality in and then download it into their matrix via the Swift garbage former Nagwal woman processor, and then all the other CERN blah 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 we talked about ad nauseum, boring even me. But of course, once the Americans, Israelis, British attack Iran, and the Iranians or their enemies, blaming it on the Iranians, detonate the Cobalt-60, the aliens will have lost this planet. Remember, the aliens are under America in secret bases and under the sea. The Americans have sold us out to the aliens and are therefore the enemy of humanity. And the only good American is a Cobalt-60ized American. The alien interdimensional is a counterclockwise being, and the Cobalt-60 is one of the few things that rotates clockwise. Therefore, Cobalt-60 kills interdimensional aliens, kills the installation in the Rothschilds, and kills all aliens on this planet. So, whoever detonates the Cobalt-60 suitcases will be cleansing and making this planet alien-free, and the aliens can't use this planet for at least 140 years, because the Cobalt-60 has gone away. Even low levels of Cobalt-60 in the atmosphere will make this planet uninhabitable by any walking alien. So you can see why the Psylord is mad keen for the Iran war and the detonation of the suitcase nukes to destroy the West with Cobalt-60 and release enough Cobalt-60 into the environment to make Earth so full of clockwise gamma radiation that any alien on the planet will lose its interdimensional walking and turn into simply a unanimated biological robot because it's lost its interdimensional possessor. Similarly, these parasites that infest and have taken over humanity are anti-clockwise interdimensional parasites, and any Cobalt-60 radiation will kill them. So the release of Cobalt-60 into the atmosphere by Iranian or other suitcase nukes and the Psylord's favourite torture beast Elon Musk's garbage Teslas will eradicate all mud shadows on the planet from the human race, and of course their minds are immature and have never been developed because the alien installation runs them since birth, so they of course will turn into zombies as well. So as you can see, zombie land is coming to the human race, but you can't make an omelette without breaking some eggs, so wouldn't you rather be a deloused zombie human in the non-Western regions, as the zombie-ized, lobotomized, brain-damaged Westerners run amok, and then you can of course find a human within you, and the humans can take over their planet, all because of the release of Cobalt 60. So, as you can see, Cobalt 60 is a good thing because it makes this planet uninhabitable by alien parasites, and of course kills the Western filth and all the walk-ins and all the aliens on the planet, and makes Earth a no-go zone for 140 years. So as you can see, Tim Rifat is the ultimate freedom fighter, not for any country, but for humans. Earth for humans, and the only good alien is a dead alien, or Omega Hellized alien. So here we've got the Illuminati broadcasting the new Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups, South Water. They're of course blowing the bubbles to the west, going up to the north. You're truly the King of Pentacles. So this is the Illuminati's replacement for Taylor Swift, who's now Becky and just garbage. Sydney Sweeney. So why have they chosen her to be the new Queen of Cups? And why we've got the new Queen of Cups? Well, because the Illuminati did the installation for her to birth Daddy's little princess, who's a pain in the arse, with this film.
I'm still searching for what that reason is. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Hello? I know God saved me for a reason, but I guess I'm still searching for what that reason is. Too much full of Christ.
It's a miracle. You are with child.
Out of all the women in the world, why did he choose me? How can we trust what's inside you? Suffering is enough. Suffering, suffering, suffering is enough.
And of course, 3 is Binar, and 22, the 22 different pathways of the Kabbalistic tree. So, the aliens are going desperate now, the Americans are going desperate, the Rothschilds are going desperate, and they know that they're going to get covered in cobalt-60, and the planet is going to be alien-free, and America and the West are going to be turned into zombies. And of course they need the little princess, and of course we've got the installation of the new Messiah, made from the old Messiah, which is what Immaculate's all about. And of course the Illuminati have done their presentation with the Queen of Cups and her floating in the pool with, of course, as the cameraman said, the triangle of arcs looking to the tree, which suddenly appeared, and we know now that Taylor, having shown Preston with a Pfizer poster boy, gold digger. Ow!
Yeah, that's what Mom would always do. P.S. There's no secret encoded message that means something else. Love, Taylor.
Okay.
So, bye-bye Taylor. And as I say, Sydney Sweeney's 27, which is 666, inverted to 999. So it looks like the Illuminati have consigned her to the dustbin of history, as I did, and they've got a new babe in town. And remember, I'm going to cover you in cobalt-60. It's done already. I've got all the energy, and it's all done as Kalki. So you need to jump to a new timeline. So you need an immaculate conception to save you.
These are the pictures, Joshy, from the video.
Secret invasion was quite fun.
Good, isn't it? That's it. That's the lot, Joshy.